Hey guys, it's me, 80s from 4. So today, guys, I'm going to be introducing you guys a new series on the channel. It is called the World Cup Preview Series. So today, we're going to be discussing about all 32. We're going to be discussing about each nation up that will be playing in this upcoming World Cup. And I'm going to give you guys a preview for each nation. Now, as you guys can tell, there is no guest for this nation because the first nation we're going to start off doing is the United States. And the coming days, probably once per day, you guys will get upload about another country. So I'll probably schedule at midnight my time so that you guys have plenty of time to look at. And so for the first day, we'll be starting from June 1st. That will be the United States of America. And then obviously in the coming days, we're gonna get some more nations. And of course, if you guys want to come on and help me give your insight, please feel free to contact me on Twitter, and we will do a Discord private call, or we could do a StreamYard unlisted thing, and to communicate with one another and obviously do for the respective nations. So, as I said, it's very straightforward in the process. So please feel free to contact me if you're interested. And I want to try to get all 32 nations done by the end of this summer. Okay, by the end of August, preferably. So, with that being said, let's go and get started. Let's start with the United States. Let me just go ahead and give you guys my expectations for the United States. My expectation is that we're at least competitive. I know many of you guys are probably surprised that I'm saying competitive and not saying make it to the round of 16 and everything like that. And the reason why I don't really hold that kind of expectation is mainly because of the fact that I kind of expect somewhat disappointment. Like I don't think the USA will be all that amazing, you know. And let's be real, guys. This is a very difficult group. Like this is a very difficult group. And as of today, I have no idea who's gonna be that third nation. The last nation is gonna be Scotland, Ukraine, or Wales. For the purposes of this video, I'm most likely it's gonna be between any of those three. And I'll be honest with you, I think the hardest one to be Wales. I think Wales will most likely be part of the World Cup. That said, though, it could be any of the three, so we'll have to wait and see. And the thing about this group is that it's a very, very difficult group. It's a very difficult group for the United States because almost all of these nations are going to pose us somewhat of a different challenge. England's going to challenge us in the sense of which nation is. Um, England's going to challenge us in the sense like, do we have the mentality? Iran's going to challenge us in the midst of our attack, and then the last nation could challenge us both. So this is a difficult group for the United States. This is not an easy group by any means. And even though I did get my dream draw supposedly right, I'm still not really that excited just because of the fact that this is a very difficult group. This is not an easy group by any means. And I couldn't, I would, there's a possibility we could even finish last. There is that possibility. And so for me, I just want us to be competitive because, like I said, guys, this World Cup is just about vibes. This World Cup is mainly just a preparation for 2026, and which we could go very good in that World Cup. I think 2026 is where we could really, really have expectations. This World Cup, we should just see what happens and just hope for the best. That's how I'm approaching this World Cup, and I don't want to get too high expectations because, yes, absolutely. If you look at the squad that we have, we should be capable of getting to round of 16. That said, we can get a very good challenge against like either the Netherlands or the on the Senegal in the round of 16, which will be very interesting because obviously we'll will presumably come second, you know, and which will face a group winner, and the group winner is going to be very interesting to see what happens because if we do, let's say, face Senegal, that's going to be a very interesting match. A USA versus Senegal match would be very much fantastic indeed. We'll have to wait and see what happens though in that one. And then, so as I said, guys, it'll be exciting to see the USA in the World Cup because I think it's going to be exciting to see these young players really deliver in this World Cup. I'm looking at players like Sergio Dest, Weston McKennie, Christian Pulisic. I'm really excited to see Gio Reyna. Gio Reyna is one of the players I'm looking out for. I hope he's available for this World Cup because, guys, if he's not available, I'm very, very worried because we haven't seen much Gio Reyna for the qualifiers. I'm also looking at players like Timothy Weah, you know, the Sargent, then Pepe as well. There's so much young talent. Chris Richards. I can name you guys all the players. But my biggest concern with the excitement is that man right there, the manager, Greg Berhalter, guys. I'm just not fond of the guy. For me, Berhalter just doesn't know what he's doing at the national team. I really just honestly have kind of made my mind. And someone already asked me, and then someone actually asked me for an exclusive video on this, which I'm not gonna really I'll probably just discuss about here, rather than making a separate video. As that is Berhalter the guy to lead the USA to the World Cup, and for me, I don't think he's the guy. He doesn't have the acumens, he doesn't have the tactics, he doesn't have the acumens, and he's just going by the players. He's basically being carried by the players. And I know people say, "Oh, what about the Nations League? What about the Gold Cup?" Yes, yes, of course, he did contribute. I'm not saying he didn't, but most of the credit has to be given to the players because the players, more than anything, delivered for us. And let's be really fully frank here. As good as those wins were, we didn't really play well consistently. We just got the result when it mattered, you know. And we didn't really dominate any team, you know, in those two tournaments. The only team we dominated was Martinique, and it's Martinique for crying out loud, you know. Every other team, it was pretty much a 50-50 battle, you know. And I'm not trying to say this to discredit those tournaments. Obviously, I'm happy that we won both trophies, but I don't want to make it seem like it was flawless and that we were perfect and we are kings of CONCACAF and everything like that, because we're not the kings of CONCACAF. Right now, guys, Canada is the kings of CONCACAF. So we are no longer the kings, you know. And so, as I said, it'll be interesting to see how the USA does in this World Cup. So now that we've given you guys my excitement, my expectations, now it is time to finally discuss about the squad. And I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption that everyone is fit, because I very well know there's a lot of injuries. I know there's a lot of injuries right now, and I already know that, so don't come in me in the comment section below and say, hold up, this guy's injured, this guy's injured. And so this is the ideal 11 if everyone is fit. Obviously, we're going to play a 4-3-3. That's pretty much the bread and butter. Greg Berhalter is going to stick with this. I would be very surprised if he changes formations like this, and I just don't think he will, honestly. As much as I want to see it, I want to see the Greg Berhalter try a 4-2-3-1 or whatever. It won't happen. I just know it won't happen, guys. I've already seen it, so yeah. Let's start with goalkeeper, guys. Goalkeeper is very interesting. We got 3 goalkeepers that come to mind. Maybe even 4. 4 you could make an argument for. Let's talk about the 4th one. Let's get that out of the way. It's going to be either St. Johnson or Ethan Horvath. One of them are going to get called up. I don't think both is getting called up. And from my understanding, I believe Ethan Horvath is going to get called up. Because remember, guys, Nottingham Forest did get promoted to the English Premier League. I know he's not their starting keeper, but because he's already in the EPL, I think that's already going to give Berhalter, like, okay, you know what? Maybe we should give him a go. Don't get me wrong. St. Johnson is good. I've seen him for the MLS. He's decent. But for me, Ethan Horvath should be our 3rd choice. And you could even potentially argue he should be 2nd or 1st. But I just know that he won't be 2nd or 1st. He's going to be 3rd choice if he gets a squad. Makes a squad. 2nd choice. 2nd choice for me, it's pretty obvious. And this is what going by what Greg believes. And this is not what I believe, by the way, just so you guys know. It's going to be Matt Turner. I know many of us want Matt Turner to start, and trust me, I would love for him to start. But I know he isn't going to start, because why? He's not going to be the starting keeper for Arsenal. Because remember, guys, he made the move to Arsenal, guys. And I just don't really think he's going to start there, because Ramsdale is a better keeper than him. He may get 2nd choice. He may be the 2nd choice keeper. They might sell Leno, which, you know, very well could happen. But for me, Matt Turner should be the 1st choice. But I just know that knowing Greg, knowing what he's going to be doing, he's going to put Zach Steffen. And let me just say this right now, Zach Steffen, you have been very shaky. You have been very, very shaky. I have not really been that confident with you. And I look at the games you've been playing. You've been making a lot of mistakes. Look at the game against Costa Rica, for instance. That goal was very, very preventable. Then look at the game. What was it against Liverpool? Remember Manchester City, Liverpool in the FA Cup? You literally gifted Mane a free goal. So I'm sorry to say this, Zach Steffen. If you don't improve yourself, don't expect to be a starter. Heck, you may not even be in the squad. You know, okay, maybe I'm being a bit reactionary here, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that Zach Steffen, you are under in serious question, because with the amount of mistakes, the amount of weirdness you've been doing, I wouldn't be surprised to see you even be starting. I wouldn't be surprised to see you not in the squad. But with all that said, I think Zach Steffen will start regardless of whatever we fans want. But I really, really hope that Matt Turner starts, because Matt Turner for me is such a better keeper. Such a better keeper. I hope Zach Steffen doesn't do this. Okay, hold on. Why is he not on there? Let me just search Manchester City. Okay, let me just spell that again. Should be, where is Zach Steffen? He should be on here. I'm not sure why. Oh yeah, I don't know. It's his name is weird, but whatever. You guys get the point. Right back for me, it's gonna be Serginho Dest. I think this is very obvious. It's basically between 2 players, Serginho Dest and DeAndre Yedlin. Maybe you could even put a 3rd choice as in Reggie Cannon, or even Tyler Adams can play as a right back. But obviously, I don't think Reggie Cannon's Tyler Adams is very realistic. I think for me, Serginho Dest and what is it called? DeAndre Yedlin's the 1st choice. So for me, Serginho Dest should start. Assuming that, of course, he's fit. Center backs. Now, this is where things get very interesting. This might be the trickiest one to call. So I'll get back to center backs. Let's start with left back first. Let's get that out of the way. It's going to be Anthony Robinson. Robinson, for me, is going to be the 1st choice. There is no debate to be had whatsoever. Let me just search Fulham. Actually, he'll probably be there. Anthony Robinson, he's going to start. He's going to be starting as a left back. He's USA's best left back. There isn't really many alternatives. You could maybe put like George Bello. You could maybe put, I forgot the guy's name. He plays at left back for Gladbach, I believe. What's his name? Do you guys remember? Oh, Scally, Joe Scally. Yes, that's that guy. He could maybe start, but I very much doubt it. It's going to be Anthony Robinson. No questions asked. Center backs. This is where things get the most interesting here. And as of today, guys, Miles Robinson may or may not miss. He may miss the World Cup, guys, because that's a huge blow. Huge blow, guys, because Miles Robinson has been one of our best center backs for the United States. I think a very much undisputed choice is pretty much Walker Zimmerman. I think Walker Zimmerman will start this. I'm pretty sure about this one, guys. Actually, why is he not on there? Okay, let me try Walker. Oh, here we go. There's Zimmerman there. But yeah, I think Walker Zimmerman will start. I pretty much confirmed that because he's been one of our best players in the qualifiers. I remember the game against Mexico. He was very, very good in. My question for Zimmerman, though, is this. As good as you are for CONCACAF standards, are you good in the World Cup standards? Because we're not going to be facing any CONCACAF teams. Because we're going to be facing England. That have so many attacking players. You're going to be facing Iran. They also got some decent attacking players. And then you're going to be facing either Wales, Scotland, Ukraine. We can face Gareth Bale. You could face McGinn. You can face Zinchenko, Yarmolenko, Yarmchuk. I mean, these kind of players, I don't know, man. So, like I said, Zimmerman is the best center back that we have, probably by form. But is he the best for non-CONCACAF teams? That's the question. So, for me, Zimmerman will start. Assuming Miles Robinson is fit, he'll probably make the squad. He'll probably start. But I don't think Miles Robinson will start because of the injury he had. Because of that bad injury he's had. I think what's going to happen is this. He's gonna miss most of the season, but he'll probably just be back in time for the World Cup. But by that time, he'll have not played much at all. So that's my issue, is that if we're going to call him up, he'll probably not start. So then you have two other options. Then you obviously have, what is it called? Chris Richards, who I think is really good. I like Chris Richards a lot. In fact, you know what? I actually would start Chris Richards. I actually would start him. So you know what? I'm going to put Chris Richards. I'm going to put Chris Richards in the starting 11. I think he's been really good for Hoffenheim. I know he had a very bad injury the other day, but I think for me, he could do the job there. Then you're looking at other center backs. John Brooks, guys. John Brooks is not making the squad. I've already sealed it. I would love if John Brooks make the squad, but I don't think he is going to make it because of what Berhalter has been doing. He's not been included for any of the squads. Last time he got called up was against Honduras. It's been such a long time. I don't believe he's going to get called up for this World Cup, as much as I want him to. I could see Aaron Long getting called up. And so I guess Aaron Long will be the last choice for the center back. I think there's going to be maybe 5. I'm trying to think what other center backs. We could probably see Mark McKenzie get called up, or James Sands or something like that. Called up for that position. And then for CDM, guys, CDM is going to be Tyler Adams. This is pretty much undisputed, guys. Tyler Adams will start, no doubt whatsoever. Backup CDM will probably be Kellen Acosta. And then for the center mid, I think McKennie will start, assuming he is fit, which I think he is fit. He's fit right now as of today, I think. So he'll make the squad. He'll probably start. And then alternatives, you could probably say Busio as maybe an alternative. Perhaps. Trying to think who else. Trying to think of other center mids. Yeah, that might be about it. And then for the final center mid, I think Yunus Musa will start. I think Yunus Musa will start. For me, he's been one of Valencia's best players, and I feel like he can definitely do a job there. And so I feel like he's going to start. Alternative, you could probably put, trying to think some alternatives. Alternative, let me check my phone real quick, FootMob. Let me see who they have as alternative, because I can't remember everyone's top of my head. Maybe, like, you could put, like, let's see, who did the USA? Let me search United States of America. USA, squad. So, squad, let's see. Kellen Costa. Oh, yeah, Luca De La Torre. I forgot about him. Yes, he'll probably be in the squad. Okay. So, yeah, that could be it. So, that would be a good midfield. Now it's time to move to attack, which, oh, man, this is tough. Striker for me, it's got to be Pepe. Pepe for me should start. His backup is going to be Josh Sargent, as we all know. Actually, why is Ricardo and Pepe not in here? He should be registered. What the heck? Ricardo Pepe. Okay, I'll just put Sargent just because he's not registered for some reason on here. But um, yeah, Sargent should Sargent or Pepe's gonna start. Um, so yeah. Then for me, the left winger, obviously, I want Christian Pulisic to play there. I think Pulisic is good. Um, and the right winger for me, it's gotta be Timothy Weah. Or actually, left wing, you can put Aronson. I think Aronson could be a really good alternative. And the right winger, I think it's gonna be Timothy Weah. Timothy Weah, I believe, will start. And yeah, that's a pretty good team. Now I know many of you guys are saying, "Where's Gio Reyna? Gio Reyna, Gio Reyna." Because of Gio Reyna's really poor injury record, and because of how often he's been injured, I just don't know if I would start him like this kind of way. Um, because of how injured he's been, so it'd be pretty much a big doubt in my opinion. So that's why I'm a bit worried in the sense that if you do start him, he could get another relapse, in which obviously I don't want that to happen. So perhaps in a better way, he could be like a super sub. I think he could be a super sub, and I think he could do very, very well in that kind of position because I think he could do very, very well in that kind of position. So I know some people are gonna bring up other strikers like like you got like Jordan Peacock, you got Sabachu, and then obviously you got Areola, Jordan Morris. For me, Areola I just don't really rate. And don't even get me started about Zardes. I don't rate Zardes whatsoever. Um, Jordan Morris is good. He could be like a good squad option, but I wouldn't necessarily have it be my first like. Oh shoot, guys! I forgot about another player. There's another player. Will he make the squad? Conrad de la Fuente. I don't know, man. This is a typical one because he's not been playing much in Marseille. I hope he makes the squad because I would love to see Conrad for this team because he is a former Barcelona player. Will he play? I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Trying to think of some other players for the right wing position. Reyna was probably the alternative. And yeah, man, so that's a pretty good team, as I said, for the USA. And my biggest concern with the USA though is that you have so much individual talent, but the team just doesn't play well together. There's just not that cohesive collectiveness, you know. And that's my big issue with this USA team is that while it is good on paper, is it really good on the pitch? Because that's gonna be the key thing that's gonna be important. Because remember, guys, one of the important things about football is about it's not about having the best players. It's about having chemistry. Chemistry is very, very important, and I think it's a very crucial aspect that people need to understand. That is very, very critical, I have to say. So, yeah, as I said, it's gonna be interesting to see how the USA does. And so, like I said, I want you guys to comment down below. Who do you think is going to be making the squad? Because this, I would say, is a pretty good starting 11. I would say this is a pretty solid starting 11. I generally pretty much like it. Maybe what you could do is, some people probably haven't think about this, but you can maybe put Reyna instead of Musa. I feel like Weah has to start just because of how good he's been, how consistent he has been for the USA. He's been so integral for all of the goals we have scored in the qualifiers. I would definitely give him a starting opportunity. I would definitely let him start. Sargent's a bit iffy because our striker position has been very, very average. At Pulisic, he's going to start because it's Pulisic, guys. I know Pulisic's form with Chelsea has been kind of underwhelming, and don't get me wrong, I do think Pulisic needs to improve his game, and I am in the belief that Pulisic is somewhat a bit, he's not really been that amazing. He's still going to start, guys. He's still going to start because he's been one of our most experienced players. I believe he's one of the captains of the team. I think Tal Adams is actually first choice, though. You guys can correct me in the comment section. But yeah, as I said, guys, it'll be interesting to see what happens because he's such a crucial and fundamental player to this team, and he's such a player that we really, really need. And I feel like if Pulisic could do very well in this World Cup, it could really, really help his career. Because, like I said, guys, Pulisic needs a breakout tournament. Pulisic just needs it. So, as I said, let's go ahead and go over my final things real quick. So, remember, guys, so in the group, we're going to be playing against the UEFA playoff path. It's going to be either Ukraine, Scotland, or Wales. And then we'll play England on match day 2. And then we'll play Iran on match day 3. So what very much could happen is this. We could be in a scenario where we beat that UEFA team and then beat Iran. And so I think for points, I could see us getting 4 or 5 points. I think that's about as realistic as it can get. Because I could see us losing to England. I could see us beating Iran and maybe getting that draw against the UEFA playoff. Which 4 points may or may not be enough. 5 points is generally enough, guys. If we get 5 points, I think we're in a great, great position. But we just have to get that win. I think that win against Iran is fundamental because if we don't win against Iran, I think we're in a really bad position because that's going to be on the final match day, keep in mind. So, as I said, It'll be interesting to see how the USA does in this World Cup because, like I said, guys, it is critical that the players perform here, guys. And we just have to do this, guys. We just have to show up and be at our best level. Now, I did hear there's another player that's been switched over to dual nationalities, and that is one player I just forgot to mention him. His name is Tillman. I think he switched from Germany to the USA, which is very, very nice. Obviously, I don't really know too much about him, so I don't. He'll probably make the squad, but I doubt he's gonna start. He's not gonna start, guys. He's just I don't. He's not gonna get enough game time. He'll probably make the squad as I said, but he'll probably not start, which is like I said, very, very interesting. So, like I said, guys, the crucial things that for the USA is that we need our fullbacks. Robinson and Dest have to be very good attacking wise, and they gotta be solid defensively. I think that's something that we've been noticing because a lot of the games I've seen, guys, with the USA is that when we lose position and when we're out of transition, we're so easy to counter press. And once you win the ball high up the pitch, it can give USA a lot of problems because the problem with the USA is that the defense is very much unstable. And that's my huge issue with the USA is that we just don't have a stable defense, which is very, very important to have because, like I said, guys, we have to keep clean sheets. We have to keep a clean sheet against Iran because we know for a fact that Iran's going to probably play a low block against USA and they'll probably play very defensive and try to hope that because let's be real, guys, if Iran score first, I am more confident in them securing that 1-0 dub than us coming from behind. Just because of how brilliant, because we've seen nations like this, right? Remember against Canada and the World Cup qualifiers. Canada got that early goal, and it was we just couldn't get back in the game because of how good they were defensively. And then remember, guys, they caused us a lot of issues. I remember Matt Turner had to pull off a double save, guys. I believe it was on Lauren and Jonathan David's shot. So, like I said, guys, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Because, like I said, guys, the USA, guys, it's going to be interesting what happens. Because, like I said before, guys, this is a World Cup that is mainly just there as for vibes, in my opinion. This is a World Cup that we're just mainly just there just to test the groundwork, to test the waterworks and everything like that. And we just have to, I just want to see us have progression. I just want to see the team play well. And yes, we may not get the results. Even if we go in the group stage, I wouldn't be that disappointed. I just want to see the team play well. That's my most important thing is that we could see some progression. We could see some continuity. We can see the team actually have an identity and not just be individuals FC. Because I feel as though that this USA national team is very much individuals FC. And you guys know that I've been watching every single qualifiers for the USA. I watched almost all the qualifier games I could. And I just saw that for most of them, while we did get the results, while we did get the points, we did just enough to qualify. I don't think we're out there yet to really put that stamp on authority for the World Cup just yet. Because let me just say this right now, guys. It's a difficult group. It is not an easy group by any means. And if we don't fix up this summer, don't be surprised to see us not even finish third. There's a possibility, guys, that we could even finish last. Because let me just say this right now. If we finish last, that's really, really bad. And obviously, guys know I'm very skeptical of Berhalter as well. That's another thing that we have to address. And that is something to... So, like I said, guys, it'll be interesting to see what happens here for the United States. And like I said, guys, we just have to perform here on this occasion. And just hope the players show up. Because like I said before, guys. Because Berhalter, as bad of a manager he is, in my opinion, the players are still in charge of whatever happens on the pitch. Ultimately, the players are going to do what they can. And if the players perform well, then it doesn't matter what Berhalter is doing. Okay? Because we've seen it before, guys. The players, it's not like Berhalter is... The players can't get results. The players have scored goals. We know what it takes. And we've done this before, guys. And like I said, guys, generally speaking, for USA in particular... Generally, when the USA gets a good result in the first match day, basically not losing, USA generally do progress to the knockout stage. So that is something to take note of that. If we can get a draw or a victory in the first match day, it makes things very interesting. And I think we're in a great position to advance. But like I said, guys, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, guys, I'll try to keep it up to tabs to what's going on in the Scotland-Ukraine game. Because that's going to be very interesting to see who the USA could potentially face in the World Cup. So, as I said, I guess that's going to be about it. Like I said, there's a lot more things I could go on for about. We'll definitely probably do more streams and discuss more about this in the future. And just right now, guys, this is my thoughts for the USA 11. And I'm just hoping that the USA at least put out some respectable performances and at least show to the world that the USA is back and where they belong. Because let's be real, guys. USA should never have missed the 2018 World Cup. They should never have missed it. I know we were not great. That was one of the worst teams I've seen. Well, given for the CONCACAF standards, we shouldn't be doing that. But luckily, we made amends. We're back on the grand stage. And now it is time to perform in the grand stage and to show everyone that football, or as I like to call it, or as people like to call it over here, soccer is back. So as I said, that's gonna be it for today. Like I said, I want you guys to comment down below where you guys think the USA is gonna be most likely finishing. For me personally speaking, I see most likely a group stage or round of 16 exit. I'm gonna be optimistic and say they're going out in the round of 16. Because let's look at the path, right? So if we top this group, guys, we do face we're gonna be playing against either Senegal, Netherlands, Qatar, Ecuador. If we top this group, we should probably beat any of those second place teams. And then in the quarterfinals, we have a match against France, potentially, if they top their group. And I'll be honest with you guys, we are not getting past France. France, we are not getting past. It'd be a miracle for us to get past the round of 16. But there's no way we're getting past quarterfinals. Quarterfinals at the very most. Which, honestly, guys, I think quarterfinals would be an overachievement. I think quarterfinals would be an overachievement with this national team. Let me just say this right now. So, for me, it's most likely around 16 exit because we're most likely going to finish second in the group. And I don't want to give it away my predictions, but I do feel like if we're going to get second, we're going to most likely be bounced by Netherlands or Senegal, or who knows, maybe even Qatar or Ecuador. So as I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Like I said, guys, my main thing is for us to play well and just show everyone that we have an identity. We can actually play as a team, and we're not just hoping that Pulisic delivers. Because I think many people outside of the USA are just thinking that the USA is just Pulisic FC, which is not the case. In fact, it's actually McKennie FC. McKennie and Way FC is actually the new name for the USA because these two have been the best players. Because Pulisic, for me, he's not even the top 3 best players for the USA, at least by form for the qualifiers. For me, for best has been McKennie, Way has been second, and then third, I would say probably Walker Zimmerman, and then fourth, I'll probably put Matt Turner. Fifth, I might put Miles Robinson, and sixth, I might put Anthony Robinson, and seventh, you could put Pulisic, I guess, or something like that. I don't know. But I'm pretty much solidified my top 3. So, as I said, it'll be interesting to see what the USA does in this World Cup. Hopefully, we get a good account. And, like I said, guys, USA are going to have some friendlies over this summer, which will be good account. We're going to be playing against Morocco and Uruguay, which I do think that will be a good test for us. Like, if we could do good against those kind of nations, then I think it could give us a good picture for what the USA can do in the World Cup. But obviously, guys, friendlies and World Cup is not the same. A World Cup is so much more pressure than a friendly. So let's not take too much into consideration those friendlies, But obviously, we should still try to do our best on those friendlies. So yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoy the video, guys. Comment down below your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe if you're not new. Like this video if you did enjoy. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.